On a chilly February evening in 1957, a dark secret lay concealed in the shadowy suburbs of Fox Chase, Philadelphia. Little did anyone know this secret would haunt the public for over half a century. An unassuming LaSalle college student, out in the drizzling rain, embarked on a mission that would change his life forever. As he trudged across a vacant lot on Susquehanna Road, he stumbled upon something that seemed innocent at first, but what he found inside a seemingly ordinary cardboard box would send shockwaves through the community and baffle investigators for decades to come. Names have power. They hold the essence of one's identity and the story of their existence. But what happens when a name is taken away and becomes a mystery itself? The boy in the box, a name, or rather, the absence of a name, became emblematic of this mystery. An identity erased, a life forgotten, and a nation left with unanswered questions. Over the years, this enigma would become an enduring symbol of a relentless pursuit of justice and the unyielding human desire to provide a name and identity to the unknown. The chilling story of the boy in the box is a mystery that would remain unsolved for generations until now. Join us on a journey into the heart of a cold case that gripped a nation as we uncover the truth hidden in the shadows. This is the story of the boy in the box. On a chilly February evening in 1957, a dark secret concealed in the shadowy suburbs of Philadelphia was about to haunt the public for over half a century. An unassuming LaSalle college student, out in the drizzling rain, was on a mission to spy on the residents of the nearby Good Shepherd Home, a Catholic refuge for troubled girls. As he trudged across a vacant lot off Susquehanna Road, a seemingly ordinary cardboard box caught his eye. He saw something inside that looked like a doll but didn't think much of it. There were other pursuits on his mind that night. But the next day, he remembered that seemingly ordinary cardboard box and what he thought he saw inside after the radio reported a girl missing from New Jersey. He returned to that desolate lot to check on what he had seen the night before in the light of day. And when he looked inside, he made a horrifying discovery: the tiny lifeless body of a young boy. Police responded to the scene, setting in motion a harrowing investigation that would challenge even the most seasoned detectives. Investigators would uncover a trail of darkness, raising questions that would be left unanswered for over half a century. On a cold February 26, 1957, police responded to a report of a deceased boy found inside a cardboard box in an abandoned lot in the suburbs of Philadelphia. The box was large, likely for a bassinet, and lay hidden in the underbrush. Inside, the body of a boy, approximately 4 years old, was found wrapped in a plaid blanket. A closer inspection revealed signs of severe physical abuse. The boy had multiple bruises, was malnourished, and had several scars across his body. Additionally, his hair had been recently cut, and clumps still clung to his body. It was also noted the boy's fingers were pruny, as if they had been in water. Investigators combed the scene for days on end, enlisting 270 police academy recruits in the effort. Their search discovered a man's blue corduroy cap, a child's scarf, and a man's white handkerchief with the letter G in the corner. But the most puzzling aspect of the case was still to come. The boy's fingerprints were taken, and the case attracted considerable media attention in the area. The Philadelphia Inquirer printed 400,000 flyers depicting the boy's likeness, which were sent out and posted across the area, and included with every gas bill in Philadelphia. But no one came forward to identify the boy. No one knew who he was. And no one offered any useful information. However, there were a number of theories surrounding this case. Despite the clues and hundreds of thousands of flyers that were distributed across Philadelphia and the surrounding area, no one came forward with any useful information for years. Detectives chased numerous leads, including that the boy was a Hungarian refugee, a kidnap victim from 1955, and even related to local carnival workers. One promising lead came in the 1960s. Remington Bristow, an employee of the medical examiner's office, pursued the case relentlessly. After contacting a psychic, she led Bristow to a foster home near where the body was found. At the home, Bristow found a bassinet and blankets similar to the one the boy had been wrapped in. He believed that the owners disposed of the boy so a stepdaughter would not be exposed as an unwed mother. However, police determined that all of the foster children were accounted for and that the family was likely not involved. Remington Bristow continued to work to solve the case of America's unknown child, even as the story disappeared from the headlines. He spent thousands of dollars of his own money and decades of his life working to identify the child. His workspace was plastered with photos and newspaper clippings of the case. The boy in the box case haunted Remington Bristow. He worked tirelessly up until his death in 1993, trying to give the boy a name, and left behind a mountain of evidence for investigators to continue his work. Developments years after Bristow's death would bring police closer to finding the boy's name. Decades after discovering the body of America's unknown child, police were still searching for answers. Who was this child? What happened to him? And where was his family? The next big break in the case would not come until 2002, nearly a decade after Remington Bristow's death brought his exhaustive search to an end when a woman came forward with information. Identified as M, or Martha, she told investigators that the boy had been purchased by her abusive mother from another family in 1954, claiming that his name was Jonathan and that her mother had abused him. According to Martha's story, the boy threw up his meal of baked beans one night, and M claimed that her mother had beaten him to death in a fit of rage while trying to bathe him. Early reports made the story M told seem credible. Baked beans had been found in the boy's stomach, and a bath could explain his pruny fingers. However, investigators struggled with the woman's story, and neighbors with access to Martha's house at the time all claimed there was no sign of a young boy living there and dismissed the claims as ridiculous. Police were ultimately unable to substantiate her claim. The case of the boy in the box slipped back into the shadows, and he would remain nameless for another 2 decades. But all that changed in December 2022, when investigators in Philadelphia announced that they could finally give a name to America's unknown child. On December 8, 2022, nearly 66 years after the gruesome discovery of the boy in the box, investigators were finally able to give the child a name. Joseph Augustus Zarelli. He was born on January 13, 1953, and was barely 4 years old at the time of his death. Investigators were finally able to identify the boy after a cousin uploaded their DNA to a public database. With encouragement from the police, the cousin's mother submitted a genetic profile, which was a match. She was Joseph's first cousin. Through this link, authorities were able to find his birth certificate, as well as the names of his parents. However, reports show that both of Zarelli's parents are now deceased, although he does have living siblings in the Philadelphia area. On January 13, 2023, which would have been Joseph's 70th birthday, a new memorial containing his full name and image was unveiled, along with the addition of his name to the existing headstone. Although Joseph Zarelli was finally identified, the details of his life still remain unanswered. As of 2023, the investigation was still open. Police are still hopeful that somebody remembers seeing the child and can help shed light on whatever led to his untimely death. The heart of the boy in the box mystery confronts the importance of names and identities. A name gives us a sense of belonging and connection. It allows us to be unique and stand out from everyone else. Our names are tied to our personal history and heritage. They tell a story. The story of the boy in the box is a story that reminds us of the enduring power of names, the unyielding human desire for truth, and the hope that one day, even the most cryptic of secrets will find their answers. The pursuit of justice knows no bounds, and the quest to provide a name, an identity, to the unknown is a testament to the tireless efforts of detectives and journalists who have dedicated their lives to solving this case. But in the end, Joseph Zarelli stands not just as an unsolved mystery but as a testament to our resilience and our commitment to bringing light to the darkest corners of our past. Joseph Augustus Zarelli, the boy in the box, once an emblem of mystery, now symbolizes our enduring determination.